Bring it on, Antifa. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has just declared a state of emergency in response to all of the chaos that took place here in Atlanta last week with the shenanigans from Antifa. They're out-of-state agitators. I think all but one of them was from out of state. So the governor and the attorney general of Georgia are putting their foot down. Governor Kemp has called up 1,000 members of the Georgia National Guard. They will be adding extra security for the city of Atlanta for 2 weeks until things kind of get back to normal and they can get these people, under control that are coming down here acting a fool. I am grateful that the governor has taken such bold and decisive action. I think this should have been done 2 years ago to send a strong message that you can't come down here to Georgia and do this foolishness, but that's water under the bridge at this point. We all know that Atlanta is a liberal city, just like all the rest of the big cities, but the state of Georgia is not a liberal state, and we re-elected our governor by a very, very resounding margin. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. We're proud of our governor for the most part. Nobody's perfect, but we'll take him over Stacey Abrams any day of the week, twice on Sunday. So just wanted to let you guys know that we're taking care of business down here in Georgia, and hopefully after this whole incident blows over and they get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, they'll think twice before they come down here to Georgia acting a fool.
Brian Kemp has declared a state of emergency in the wake of the violent and destructive protests. Good afternoon. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Rick Fulbaum, the governor, and this happened just moments ago, announcing he's calling for the National Guard to help protect property. The Guard will be ready to respond in the event of more demonstrations over that planned police training facility in Atlanta. Atlanta News First Patrick Quinn live tonight at the planned Public Safety Training Center in DeKalb County.
And Patrick, tonight the governor and the attorney general making it absolutely clear that our state will not tolerate riots.
That's right. As of this hour, roughly 18 demonstrators, in fact, exactly 18 demonstrators have already been charged with domestic terrorism. And just within the last hour, we saw that the governor has issued this state of emergency, and it will run until February 9th at midnight. It gives the governor up to 1,000 National Guards men and women to use and help protect the area. And he highlighted a lot of the incidences that this region has seen, all connected to the building of this planned public safety training center in DeKalb County. This is what the Atlanta Fire and Police Departments would use if built. And I was able to talk with the Attorney General earlier. He said some of the charges coming to those already charged are serious because the crimes are serious. He pointed to last May when police say fire bombs or Molotov cocktails were thrown along with rocks at police. More arrests to demonstrators came last month during a clearing operation at this site when officials said protesters attacked EMTs outside nearby fire stations. And then on Saturday, cop cars were torched and demonstrators threw rocks at multiple businesses.
This is not a scare tactic. We're serious. Do not come to Georgia and engage in acts of violence. We believe in peaceful protest. You can disagree with the government. You can stand at the courthouse steps or say things we disagree with. But do not come to our state, or if you're a resident of the state, do not engage in acts of violence. You will be held accountable.
And back here live again from the planned Public Safety Training Center for the Atlanta Police and Fire Department. You're looking at a vigil, and this happened all on Friday. There were hundreds of people who came out to honor the protester who was killed in that shooting that happened right here on this site last Wednesday. And while police and while the governor and while the attorney general have really highlighted that they do not want to see any of the violence stemming from these protests in their city, today, Gerald Griggs, the president of the NAACP chapter here in Georgia, he said he stood by those advocates here, standing in solidarity. He does not want to see this project built. We'll have more from Gerald Griggs. We'll also have more from the Attorney General coming up right here on Atlanta News First at 6. Until then, I'm Patrick Quinn, live in DeKalb County, Atlanta News First.